morning and Happy New Year. I'm Brian Tugend and this is Markets in a Minute for the week of January 5th. With the relatively low volume and lack of new economic data last week, I wanted to use today's video to do a brief recap of 2025, which to say the least was a very good one for just about all investors. Despite a brief hiccup around tariffs in April, U.S. stocks rebounded nicely, ending the year with a return of nearly 18%. These returns were dwarfed, however, by returns in non-U.S. markets. Counter to what many expected, tariffs actually benefited non-U.S. economies as they led to spending and stimulus to combat any potential negative impacts. This led to returns in excess of 42% for non-U.S. value stocks and nearly 34% for emerging markets. The dollar also played a key role, with uncertainty around fiscal and monetary policy within the U.S. causing the greenback to weaken by roughly 10% from its January high. Now on to the fixed income front, investors saw their strongest return since 2020, with the Bloomberg Aggregate Bond Index gaining over 7%. The yield curve steepened meaningfully throughout the year as rates declined across the yield curve, particularly at the short end. From a sector perspective, emerging markets local bonds were a standout performer, producing returns that were essentially on par with U.S. large-cap stocks. Returns here were supported by a positive carry over U.S. bonds, as well as weakness in the dollar. And then lastly, commodities trailed U.S. stocks but produced strong absolute returns, gaining more than 15%. Returns, however, were a bit mixed across major commodity complexes. Energy prices generally declined, while precious metals soared to their strongest gains since 1979. Now, looking ahead to this week, we're likely to see significantly more trading volume as it's the first full trading week since before Christmas. We'll also get a good amount of economic data, which includes ISM, JOLTS, and non-farm payrolls. Thanks for watching this week's edition of Markets in a Minute. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get notifications of future video content. I hope you have a great week.